Well, gracious greetings, St. Stephen family and guests. Welcome to another edition of Living Water for Thirsty Thursday. But you didn't hear it from me. This month we've been talking about worrying, and today we're going to talk about gossiping. And yes, gossip is a kissing cousin to worrying. Prayerfully, your takeaways today will be that of the where, the what, and the why of gossip. The scripture that I wanted to read for you today comes from Proverbs, the 20th chapter, the 19th verse. And it says, "He that goeth about as a talebearer revealeth secrets. Therefore, meddle not with him that flattereth with his lips." And so when we talk about this word gossip, what is it? Well, gossip is sharing with the intent to slander rather than to support, to hurt rather than to help. When we speak of gossip, gossip can actually be a truth. Gossip can also be a lie. And gossip can be a rumor. It can be all of those things. But when we see it in this text, we see it as a talebearer. That's the Hebrew word for gossip or slanderer. And so we said we want to talk about, first of all, the where. And I would say the where is right here. I'm sure many of you have heard before that a lot of conversations go on at the water cooler.
Ooh, today we've got some good old-fashioned gossip to share with you.
Yeah, this is where we talk. But not only do we talk at the water cooler, right? We talk at Starbucks, or we talk in our cars. We talk on our phones, whether it's via text or a phone call. We instant message gossip, right? There is gossip that can go so many different ways now and then. So here it is. Gossip can happen anywhere and at any time. So it is quite potent. And then the what types of gossip or gossiper are there? Well, there's the aggressive gossiper, and that is the one that actually does the speaking, that actually comes to you and says, "I got some good stuff to share." That's the aggressive gossiper. And then you have the passive gossiper that probably didn't even know they were a gossiper, but that's the listener. That's just the one that sits back and chuckles and laughs and takes it all in, even gives a few amens in there, those type of things. You're like, yeah. And it's very easy to be a passive gossiper because, there's that saying out there that all of us love watching a train wreck. It's hard to pass up when there's news that comes out, you're like, really? He did what? And well, she said, oh my goodness. Yeah. And it's hard to pass up. So there is that aggressive gossiper and there's that passive gossiper, but nonetheless, they are both gossiping. And so then you have, well, why do people actually gossip? Well, again, it goes back to what we've been talking about for this month. It could be because we are worrying. It could be because we are angry. It could just be because we are getting some revenge. It could be because we don't like someone. There are a lot of reasons for us to gossip. But this passage that we have here in Proverbs, it says, "He that or she that goeth about as a gossiper, a talebearer, they reveal secrets." And again, it's not about truth or lie or rumor. They're just revealing something that should have been kept in the vault, but they're revealing it typically to hurt that person and not help that person. Well, who wants to be that person? And so what we want to do is stop the gossip. What we want to do is stop the clamor. What we want to do is stop the bad, hurtful language. Anything that tears down rather than builds up. Anything that's destructive rather than constructive in our verbal transactions. We don't want to do that. And so he says, therefore, he says that person that actually revealed his secrets. He says, therefore, meddle not with him with flattereth lips, or lips that will try to flatter you. He says, don't even talk, don't connect, don't spend time. And so here's the thing, the best way to stop gossip is to not to provide listeners. So if there's an aggressive gossiper that can't find a passive gossiper, gossip in itself will cease. The thing is, there's a whole lot of passive gossipers, far more passive than aggressive. And so there's way more people that are willing to listen, even that are willing to talk, but there's enough that are willing to talk, if you know what I mean. But this text is pushing us to the place that we don't have to listen. And so I have been in that position before where even supervisors would come with gossip. And, I'm trying to, keep the job at the same time, listen to this person but not be a gossiper or not participate in that. And I would basically just do that, and not feed into it. And then they would actually say themselves, oh, well, I guess I am gossiping, but let me move on to the real thing. And that's one way that you can do it. So it's important. I like to close out with this scripture. He lays it out clearly. Paul does in Ephesians 4:29. And this is just conversation in general. He says, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, which is building up and encouraging and supporting. Listen, that it may minister, that it may serve, that it may give, that it may offer up grace unto the hearers. And remember, grace is something that you can't afford, something that people don't deserve, but it's something that everybody wants and needs. He says that you may offer up grace unto the person that is hearing, which is that passive gossiper. Give them something that lifts them up rather than something that tears them down. Well, I hope that will help you to not be that person that says, you didn't hear it from me. Tune in next week as we go into a new month and a new theme, and we're going to talk about walking in the Spirit, because that's what we need to do to overcome all these things. We've got to walk in the Spirit. Well, I pray that you continue to make God proud in all you say, think, and do.